you'll see a rock wall that goes from right to left. And that actually protects the Erie Basin. And that was one of the basins that was very industrial. It had a couple of grain elevators, had a boat business on there, a couple of canal barge building companies. And then it becomes an industrial wasteland. Well, then they decided they wanted to give Buffalonians more access to the waterfront. So they take that Erie Basin and they make it the Erie Basin Marina. And if you look at Erie Basin Marina on Google Maps, you would see that it's actually shaped like a buffalo. And we talked about some of the slips. Those slips actually represent the legs of the buffalo. Buffalo's tallest building is to the right, and that's that terracotta covered building, colored building. That is M&T Bank right now, but we call it Seneca One. And it is the tallest building privately owned in New York State outside of New York City. Now, it used to be a kind of a drab tan color, it was just real blah looking. After HSBC leaves, it sat empty for several years. A guy from Washington, D.C. named Douglas Jamal buys the building, and he's up on the 37th floor looking out over Buffalo. And he says, you know, Buffalo's got so much character with these red brick buildings and this Medina sandstone that's real red, and some of the churches are built out of that. This building needs to be repainted. So he paints it terracotta and now it matches all the brick buildings and the Medina sandstone. Buffalo City Hall is the tallest building to the left with the green dome. That's an Art Deco design. People from all over the world come to see that thing. And it actually is the largest city hall in the United States. It's not the tallest. Philadelphia's got old William Penn up on that spike, so he's taller, but by square footage. And it was actually made to be expandable because it was built in 1929 to 1931. And at that time, Buffalo didn't know how big we were going to get. We just kept growing and growing and growing. So it was made to be expandable. And actually, the way it faces the lake, it used to capture the lake breeze, and that's how they cooled the building. The lake breeze would get pushed in through vents, and then it would go through the offices and the tunnels. So, you know, we get back to where we started the story with the Erie Canal. And when Clinton opens up the Erie Canal, he has a ceremony called the Wedding of the Waters, because this canal was going to be, this was America's project, and this was going to make America, and it was going to help America move westward. So when he does that, he comes out here and he gets a couple barrels of Lake Erie water and he brings it back to the Seneca Chief Canal boat that right about where we started our tour was waiting for him to go to New York City.